Interesting week. Um, Continuing with that theme of family. I watched a few dads attempt to explain to a panel or to people the different type of conversations they've had to have with their children over the last, throughout quarantine, and especially now with the protests. The world is protesting.
The whole world.
The whole world.
It's pretty
How
impressive.
have you had to have any conversations with Sid, and have you no, family in general? Not just Sid. Even you and the missus. Like
Yeah,
how's
we
that been?
we it's weird because like Sid, because as a kid they still don't, they're not grasping it all the way. They're like, so wait a minute, because we're brown, and it's like, yeah, and that's why people are protesting. I was like, she was like, I don't. She just kept saying, I don't really get it.
Yeah.
So it was like trying to break it down. And then she kind of got it, but I don't think she still fully grasped everything. And we talk about it all the time, but she was just like, when it came down to the come down, she was just like, that sounds stupid. I'm like, yeah.
You got a point. Of course it does.
Which is how you know that segregation in school comes from up to like top to bottom because the kids don't know what the fuck going on.
Yeah.
So like their initial idea of like superiority over another individual is not coming from directly within.
What about you, G? Like your mom has been amazing on additional content. Shout out Auntie, we love you. Thanks for tuning in every week. But just sending additional things to discuss for us. What are those conversations been like?
I mean, it's been interesting just because of the wide range of understanding. Because we have, you know, adults who are in their 70s and 80s, so they're like, you know, their attachment to it is a lot different because they feel like they've been through this already.
Yeah.
And they saw that what came of it. You know what I mean? Like that, because unfortunately, what's not getting grasped is that how quickly information is able to move now.
Yeah.
So it's not. It doesn't feel as if it's one of those that's going to fall on deaf ears, because the hold isn't going to be allowed to take place. Like, bro, folks is out here because how quickly you can tell people to be out here. And I think that's why companies and businesses are withering, is because truthfully, what I got from the landscape is that the white male is in attack mode right now because of the belief that everybody is against them now. We're not even just talking about Black Lives Matter type deal. Black Lives Matter is like the vessel for everybody's anger towards the white male. So it gave them the reason to do it. But we're talking
Vessel.
about white women for the sexism. We're talking about outcasts for whatever reason, all the letters, whatever.
Yeah.
Just never was a part of the system in the first place, or never looked at as a part of the system, can identify with Black life right now.
Yeah.
So you're getting people that have privilege but have not been able to utilize it because of there's one group that has cornered the market on privilege. So you're getting the reaction to that, like, and you're starting to see is also that it's heavy in politicians right now. Like, we'll talk about it later, but Chris Cuomo, media, Trump, owners of teams. These are white male specific that don't know what to do when they can't just flash money for the way to get out of shit.
Man.
So it's getting interesting. So I mean, I know it's way wider than like just like family structure, but family structure, you got to remember, is like, I mean, I have Black and white people in my family structure.
And that's why I asked, because
Yeah.
it for me, the optics of watching black men, lead the discussions, whether it be your favorite debate show, your favorite podcast, just news in general. It could be as dialed in as like, yo, I'm having to explain this to my daughter, and it could be as pulled out as, no, I gotta have a lot of different discussions with a lot of people, and that is a discussion I was having with a group of friends just a few nights ago, and that was my, like, the wide range, the different fluidity that I have to maneuver with in order to either be to explain it to my nieces if they so ask, or doubt or pulled out as far as like workspaces are tense, are being impacted now, and there's still people are still attempting to earn right now, still attempting to navigate those spaces, so that was my reason for asking. So thank y'all. That was the perfect balance.
That makes sense, because in my family structure, I for sure have the oppressed, and then I have like the privileged.
Yeah.
And trying to talk to the privileged about and being underneath the same roof, or like as far as like being at holiday dinners,
Yeah.
or just out and about or whatever, and these things never ever being understood,
Yeah.
is always interesting.
Yeah.
Because I would say that like my household growing up on 90th, we were for sure the outcast within the family, whether it's recognized or not. We were the outcast on that side, because of the way my mom went about things, and the way that she was kind of radical in a way in her beliefs on not having to be so structured and follow a certain status quo.
Wow.
Was something that made us outcasts.
Wow.
And we realized, and I realized that as I was growing up, but as a family, like still trying to feel like there's a love there. I mean, there's also a level of judgment and stuff like that. So like it's interesting within the family structure, but that's why I think of it as a wider spectrum, because it's a lot of other shit going too.
A lot, man, and dynamics, right? There's navigating workspaces, there's navigating life, there's navigating home, and I believe what we've witnessed firsthand is it's, for as much as social media and the internet and how sports and entertainment and in our collective pastimes have adopted this sort of social engagement that's just seemed to shrunk. The world has shrunk for sure.